Hi guys, my name is Hannah Amick, and today I'm going to be going over how to become an Idaho Realtor. So let's get started. Alright, so first of all, the table of contents. Today we're going to be going over identifying your why, future planning, education, fingerprints, successfully taking the exams, applying for licensure, finding your brokerage, and of course the impending expenses. Moving on. But before we talk about that, we're going to talk about the tools. These are the necessities, things you need to have, things you need to be in order to become a real estate agent. First of all, you need to be at least 18 or older. Second, you need a high school diploma or equivalent. You need integrity. You need not to be a felon. And you need to not be banned from the Idaho Real Estate Commission. All pretty simplistic stuff. So let's get into it. Identifying your why. You want to identify your driving statement. Why do you want to be a real estate agent? Is it because you want to be extremely wealthy? Is it because you just love real estate? Is it because you want to help others? Be philanthropic. Dedicate your time to helping people make the most important financial decision of their lives. You gotta do some internal reflection there. Ask yourself some questions. What makes my heart soar? What do I want my life to look like in 5 years? And if all of those questions end up pointing to real estate, then I say that you should probably become a realtor. All right. And if you do make that decision, you're going to want to plan for the future. I recommend sitting yourself down at a desk and mapping out your entire life for the next 5 years. Not actually, but like just some driving goals. I'd say like, oh, I want my income to look like this. There's going to be a couple things that you might want to look over, like what do I want my happiness to look like in 5 years? What do I want my relationships to look like? What do I want my physical health, spiritual well-being to look like? You want to go through and like really figure out what I want my life to look like. And that way, the goals that you set once you become a realtor, you'll be able to apply them to that 5-year map and figure out what you need to do to achieve those goals. All right, so you want to become a realtor. How am I supposed to do it? First of all, you need to take some education classes. You need to take some classes. So what you're going to do is you're probably going to look up, Idaho Real Estate School. And the first two things that regularly pop up are the CE Shop, Idaho Real Estate Courses Online, and the Idaho Real Estate School. So the CE Shop is having a sale right now that makes it look like courses are like $619, and they're all virtual, I believe. So that's cool. However, I don't know any realtors that went through the CE Shop, so I'm not sure how effective their classes are. I wouldn't recommend it because regularly it's $800, so I do not recommend that one. However, the Idaho Real Estate School, it's Idaho's #1 real estate school. It has a physical location over in Boise near the mall. If you live in that general area, you can totally go over there. I lived in Boise at the time, but I opted to do virtual because I was doing some babysitting as well. And the classes were phenomenal. I took it on weeknights, Monday through Thursday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., and it sounds like a huge time commitment, which it really is. However, if I could do it and it was my last summer before college, trust, you can do it too. You must take these 90-hour pre-license courses and passed all tests in order to become a real estate agent. Also, attendance is mandatory, so make sure that you're attending all of the classes. If not, I think they have one makeup class where you like can do one of the classes that you missed. However, make sure you get all that done and pass all the tests. Also, this one's only $700 in comparison to the $800 CE Shop. So, Idaho Real Estate School. They also provide books and lots of help. All right. Next thing, you're going to need to get your fingerprints done. So, you can get these done at any really pretty much government agency ever. I just went down to my local police department in Boise, and it took like 10 minutes. It was a $20 fee. I then had to mail my fingerprints to a warehouse in Texas where they got processed and background checks and everything. And they sent my results and my fingerprints to the Idaho Real Estate Commission. So you're going to want to talk to your teacher regarding this policy because I know that there was a facility here where you could send fingerprints, but now it's in Texas. And when I sent it there, I also had to make an appointment for fingerprints. But you don't actually get on a plane to fly to Texas and get your fingerprints processed. It's just like more of a, oh, they just make sure that they have your fingerprints and they check on that appointment. So don't worry, you don't have to fly to Texas for your fingerprints. Just send them in. They'll mark that you didn't go to the appointment, but they have your fingerprints. So make sure you do that. And you must apply to getting your license within 6 months of getting your fingerprints done. So keep that in mind. Schedule your fingerprints with a good amount of time to get your exams done. Like, make sure you know when you're going to take your licensing exams. All right. Taking the exams. You've passed the courses. You've got all of your fingerprints in. It's time to take some tests. So there's actually 2 types of tests that you'll be taking. When you schedule your real estate exam, both of them are going to be scheduled in at the same time. So you're going to start with, I think it's like an hour and a half or 2 hours for each test. It's enough time. But for the first exam, it's a state exam. So it focuses on state specific laws and rules like zoning and lake and river rights, aka littoral and riparian rights. And then there's also a national exam that focuses on broader concepts like easements and laws regarding asbestos and like disability acts and all of that jazz. Taking the tests can be super anxiety provoking, so make sure you're prepared. There's a couple study tips I included on the side. I'm not going to read them all for time's sake, but go ahead and check those out if you want to take a test. You can schedule your tests through the Idaho Real Estate Commission. You schedule them through Pearson View. So you'll have that all figured out from your teacher, hopefully. But you can schedule them online, and they're usually at college testing centers and such. And then you're going to want to bring 2 forms of ID. I brought my my driver's license and a credit card that I had my signature on, and that works. Don't bring your student ID though, because that doesn't help. Okay. You passed your tests. Also, tests are $80 every single time you take it. So, and it doesn't matter how many tests you have to take, because like if you pass one test and you still have to pass the other, it's still going to be $80. Okay, applying for your license. You passed the test. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Now you're going to go onto the Idaho Real Estate Commission's website, and there's a link that you're going to follow, and it's going to have directions as to who to email your application to and the application that you're going to download, fill out, take it to your nearest bank or just notary service, and you're going to get that document notarized, and you're going to email that along with a picture of your diploma and your ID and a document filled out regarding your credit card information, and you're going to send that to the Idaho Real Estate Commission, and they're going to have an email that you send it to. It's pretty easy, and I got my license within the day that I sent it, so yeah, it's pretty great. However, it is $160, so just keep that in mind. Also, a lot of realtors are confused about errors and omissions insurance, or E&O insurance, and what's going to happen is you're not going to have your license activated until you join a brokerage where that's a thing. So I didn't have an activated license until I joined Keller Williams, which covers your E&O. Well, it doesn't cover it, but like it takes your commission portion of it and puts it towards E&O, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, moving on. Okay, brokerages. So first things first, you're going to assess what you're looking for. I personally was looking for a brokerage that was both in Moscow area and in Boise, because I'm a college student, so I go home for the summer and I stay here. a lot of the time too. So I want to make sure that that was available. Also, I wanted a good training program so I could get really immersed into the real estate community. So you just want to make sure what am I looking for, what type of community, and assess your values. Okay, then you're going to want to do some research regarding the different brokerages within your area. Like for me, I found that Keller Williams was the best option as it does have 2 locations and it has a really great training program that's known like worldwide. So I went with Keller Williams. Obviously, that's why there's a KW on every single slide. But yeah, you're going to want to research a little bit. Then you're going to want to schedule in-person meetings. I did this wrong. I called, and they're like, girl, absolutely not. So make sure you go in person because you can have a lasting impact. And remember, when you're getting interviewed, you're also interviewing them. Okay? It's a two-way street here. It's not one. There's no head-on collisions. Two-way street. Remember that. Okay, now I think I know what brokerage I want. Oh my gosh, you're going to sign and begin the onboarding process. Make sure you do some internal reflections, figure out that this is the brokerage you want to work for, and sign up. All right, so that pretty much ends most of the things I was talking about. Now we're just going to look at the prices. So education is around $700. Fingerprints is $200. No, it's $20. Exams, $80. However, depending on how many times it takes you to pass, that can add up very, very quickly. License application is $160, and then the brokerage fees, I had to pay around $700 to join an association that was mandatory to join through Keller Williams. So make sure you have some money saved up for that. So grand total is around $1,000, but there's lots of wiggle room. It can be less. Good for you if it's less. However, most of the time you're gonna want a good like $2,000 to put into this. All right. Hooray! You did it! Congratulations. You got your Idaho Realtor's license. But 87% of realtors give up. They don't renew their license. So don't be a statistic. You've got this. I believe. All right. Thank you guys. If you have any other questions, you can email me or you can DM me on Instagram. Here's me giving you 2 thumbs up because I believe in you. All right. Thank you.